guys, I'm going to attempt to throw together a little build here for Xxiou's memorial. I'm thinking of it as like a pyramid and garden type of setup. Just a small pyramid. It's already kind of close. I got my other base over there, and there's a few that are pretty close, and there's starting to be render issues. So I don't want to go too crazy on this build. Make it too big or anything. So thinking a small pyramid on a platform, the garden area in the front, you know, some decorations and whatnot. So I already marked my center point. I just don't remember how high. I did like a little test run to see how high to go. I think it was either 4 or 5 walls high, because this area isn't level either, so I'm trying not to dig into the ground very much. But I'll have the pyramid sitting on like a platform, and have just a bunch of floral stuff in the front. You know, maybe a little seating area. But I'm gonna get started here. And of course, I'm not just going to do a regular 4-sided pyramid. I'm thinking I'd like to do a 32-sided. I had trouble doing a 16, so I think a 32 might be a little too crazy with the snap points, but I'm going to attempt it. But I might switch it up and only go with a 16 if it gets to be too crazy. So. That's going to be the aim of it, so I'm probably going to be muted for most of this anyway, so, but I'll chime in from time to time on what I'm thinking. I am going to use Crisscross's pyramid, or Crisscross's quick pyramid technique to do this, which is super handy. Actually, I'm just going to do a little test run here first to make sure I'm not digging into the ground too much. Yeah, I'm only going to go like 3 levels deep. So. Let's see here. Start my cues. What I do is I glitch one in the corner, come in 3, come up 2 more, on the 3rd one, glitch in that. And glitch onto that. And another one there. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Then with your short walls, you go from each corner, or each edge, into the center. This just makes it really quick. Real quick way to do this. That wasn't right on the edge. And they changed something recently, like if you miss a glitch, it kicks you out of your menu, and I don't know if that's intended or not, but it's annoying. So, you glitch these onto the edge. Bring your floor down. You just want to make sure you're on the lower side of the short wall there. And then get out your triangles. There we go. Really quick way to do that. So I don't know if... I just want to make sure that these don't dig into the ground before I start building a circle. And okay, looks like that's going to be plenty. So I don't Yeah, I don't want to go too big on the pyramid. Yeah, like I'm already digging into the ground there. But I think this size will work all right. See, it gets really chaotic up at the top, because you have so many different snaps that it can be a real mess. And it also eats up a ton of pieces. Because I'm trying to make sure I save. I want to be able to walk all the way around it too. You know, I don't want to be. I don't want to be right on the edge. You know. It does. It's pretty centered. I don't know. I would like to come down one more there. I hate choices like this. I don't know, how much does that? I'm trying to make it so it's on a platform, but I don't want it to be way up high either. And for some reason, the terrain doesn't like to regenerate on this planet. It's overbuilt pretty far. That actually won't be bad. Alright. What I think I'm going to do is start over, but I'm going to raise this foundation floor up. That way, it gives you a little bit more of a walkway, or a ring going around it. So, again, I might have to switch this up to just a 16-sided. So we'll see what happens. And actually, I'm going to bring it up to two short walls. Don't have that. Alright, so that'd be my new center point. Let's see here. And I always try to leave something in the center here, just in case I need to come back to it. Now all I'm going to do is build a 32-sided circle. Actually, I'm going to use stone, it's easier to see. beats me. Alright, now that that's done, I'm gonna build out on 8 of these. Go out 3 floors just to give myself a little bit of more space to work with. We'll get rid of all this stuff now. And what I like to do is just to I like to add pavers in, just give myself a little bit of insurance, just in case I accidentally delete something. I have a backup. And make a save here. I'm on a brand new save, so I unlocked a lot of the building parts already. Oh, and it's a legacy save too. I'm on PS5, but I have all this stuff now. I figured out a way to roll back my version and get the legacy pieces back. It takes a bunch of it's a bunch of steps to do it though. You need No Man's Sky on a disc, and you need to have an extra PS4. So it's a few different steps to it, and you have to mind not possibly screwing up your PS4. Something that isn't too easy to do. There is a video somewhere on my channel explaining how to do it. I did it like a year ago though. Let's see here. What I like to do is I get all my pieces ready that I'm going to need. That way I don't have to keep going into my menu. So I'm going to need that. I'm going to need a short wall, cap, a brick, and I think that's it. So I've got my first one here already. What I'm going to do is each time I build a pyramid, I'm going to extend it all the way down and then delete everything. And then just keep repeat the process 8 more times. That's the plan anyway. Hopefully it will work out. And when it comes to putting the floor in, I think I'm just gonna go with the square foundation. Once I get my first floor in, it'll stick out like a half of a floor length. So I think that'll give you plenty of room to move around. So we'll see when we get there, though. All right, I'm gonna go on mute here and just start building this thing. So I will see you guys in a bit. Okay. Give me an idea of what my foundation's gonna look like. That's what, a little over, yeah, it's pretty close to a wall height, so it's a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. So I think that'll look alright. What I am going to do, I think these dig in, don't they? Oh, I can't even snap them. Says little extra insurance for myself. I'm going to do this. On at least one side, just in case something goes really, really wrong. At least I'll have a couple markers here that I can hopefully glitch on, or if I accidentally delete something, I should be able to replace it. I'll have to put a floor in to bring it back, but they'll be there in case I need them. Okay, that's one side. So now I'm just going to repeat that 8 times, and then start building everything up from there. It should be a good time. And I know I already got this one done, so I like to leave my staging in as long as I can until it becomes, if I don't need it ever again, then I'll leave it there. But what I'll do is I'll make subtle changes, like I'll add a paver to let me know this one's already done. So that's all that is. I just like having backups of backups. So there's nothing worse than accidentally deleting something and, spending the next half hour trying to figure out a way to get it back. So what I know is I just gotta come in 3. That'll give me my center again. So now I'll just go ahead and start over. Whereas before I had that center line already, I could have glitched in on that center again, but it's just easier for me to just go and get a new center point. Let's see if I can snap. Alright, now I'll just do the same thing again. I get my wall cap, bring that in, get all my edges back. Don't need that hanging out there. What I do is I pull from the center out to that one on the edge, put in my brick, come in 3, come up 2, and on the third one, reverse wire down to that corner again. Delete all your cubes, copy your floor, glitch onto that corner, reverse wire up to that center, and delete your floor, delete your wire, copy that, glitch it onto each edge, and drop a floor. I keep copying the wire, I won't copy the floor. There we go. So 4 floors on the lower edge of that. There's your triangles. Delete these. What I like to do is I like to leave the short walls in until I have my side built, just to avoid any mistakes. Not that it's a big deal; you can get it back really easy. And that'll be the beginning of my second pyramid. Don't need those anymore. Actually, what I should do, I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to, actually, I'm going to shift here. I should real quickly show you guys how to do the floors. I need to actually take a run out for a few minutes. I will be right back. It sounds like there's somebody at my door, so I will give me a couple minutes here. I should put in, give an example of the floor before I do anything here. But I will be right back. get started on that. Neighbor came over and needed some help with something real quick, so let's see here. Oh, good. Alright. And what I want to do is I want to make sure I get my foundation where I want it before adding in all these triangles. So the setup I just did, I'm going to get out of the way. Get these out of the way anyway. Now, because this is going to overhang a little bit, it doesn't really matter where I begin this. So I can, typically I would want to start in the middle, but it's really not necessary. It's not necessary, but I'm going to do it anyway. What I'm going to do, short there, long there. Drop down the floor and switch over to a short or a small floor. And then I'm going to do the same thing on one of the other sides. You just want to make sure it's 90 degrees around the corner here. Do that. Put one there. Large floor to a small. Alright. So I'm going to put one here. Delete that. Put that in this configuration. Copy that. Get your center point. And go to your floor. And do the same thing on this side. This top light floor is just a placeholder. You can put it in any orientation, so it doesn't matter. Do that. Get your center point. Alright. So now I have the center point on both of those. Now those other two sides, I just want to make sure I'm in the same position. So I'll do a short floor there. And short floor there. Did I put that in the center? Okay, good. Thought I put it in the wrong spot, but all you're going to do is get your wire there, bring it over, do the same thing over here. Now you can delete those two light floors. Because this is going to overhang a little bit, I'm not worried about getting like a perfect position right now, because I'm going to end up, I need to figure out how big I want the floor to stick out and stuff, so that way people can walk around it. And where it's an odd shape, I'm going to need to kind of adjust it a little bit, but this will give me an idea of where my floors are going to be. So all I do is I put your floor there. And you can always change this over to triangles if you want to. Like in a typical pyramid, I would use pyramids on the inside, because typically, what you typically would do is after you have that glitched in, if you move out two, and then move your floor back over. Then you could just put your triangles right in there. You do that all the way around. Everything lines up really, really nice. But because this is going to be a little bit different, I'm going to have to do things a little bit different. So I'm doing this just as just to give me a starting idea of what I'm going to do for the floor. And we're still having issues. There we go. Now, just so I give myself more room, I'm just gonna move these out. Um, I'd like having plenty of work room to work with. That way, it makes seeing things easier. Especially when you start blending all these triangles, because it's gonna get a mess real quick. So, delete all those. And what I'd like to do again, I use a paver just as a backup. Because I hate redoing stuff. And I've had to redo stuff so many times that I really frown upon doing it twice. Then I can just delete these wires because I won't need them anymore. Alright. This one's already built up, so all I do is drop this down. I'll just do that on each side, just to give me an idea of where things are. Because after I delete all those, I can just put the entire base in. So, like I said, the top two rows are the hardest part when you're doing one of these multi-sided ones. After a while, you see so many snap points, you don't know which is which. See, it's already starting, you know. Yeah, this can be a nightmare. What I'll do is I'll mark that, so I know that side's done. And what I'll do is I'll put in all of these before I delete my top. That way, if something does go wrong, I can get back real easy. So I'm going to do the foundation for the second one. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. So I'm so used to seeing the regular square pyramids. So those two are done. Delete all this again. Too bad I can't just use the same center point, but actually, yeah, I wouldn't be able to anyway. The angle would be different. Not thinking. What I'll do is come out 3. Make sure I delete my old wire. And I should put one of these up here too. I'm tired of going into my menu. Get a new center point. And go through and do the whole thing again. I really like this method. It's really quick. It's good if you don't care where your base is. It doesn't matter. Like if you only care about what the top of it is, it makes it really easy. But if you're building from the bottom up, it's more of a challenge. Alright, now that I have all those in mind, you don't really have to delete this, but I like to. It's just one more thing that can get in the way. And put that on the edge. Come in 3. Come up 2. And on the third one, you do your reverse wire glitch. Delete all your cubes. Put in your floor. Reverse wire up to that top connector again. Delete that. Delete your wire. And short wall from the bottom position of that to the edge. Drop in your floors. And grab your pyramid, you call them pyramids, not triangles. Toss those in. Delete those. Start to build down again. Alright, now I'll just go and continue these out. After a while, your eyes will start playing tricks on you, so you just want to make sure you pay attention to where you're snapping things. It's like I know that each time, if I build from the center out, it's going to take 3 triangles for each side. So, but I do make sure to, check them every now and then, just make sure things look right. If things don't look right, you'll know. That'll be it for the third one. It seems to be coming together pretty well. The problem's going to happen up here when you start going up. You end up with a lot of different snap points, and it can get confusing. So that'd be the frustrating part. Alright. That's done. Actually, I'm going to delete those 3. It's kind of becoming a pain to get some of those to snap in. And it comes together pretty quick with this method. Center point. Just repeat the process again. You do it enough times, you get pretty quick at doing it. So. Like if I wasn't chatting away, it would go even faster. You just want to make sure that you have all your edges done. You don't want to accidentally delete the center point or anything. It all comes with practice, though. Again, come in 3, up 2. And on the third one, reverse wire down to your corner. Get rid of these. And either you can glitch right onto that, or if you toggle it, you get your angle. Or you can pull from that wire down too. That's all there is to that. And reverse wire to the top. lock position. And you're going to want to make sure to always glitch from the bottom position of this wire, because if you go from the top position, your angle is going to be off. Just go down there. Like so. Drop in your floors. Yeah, and you'll know if you have a floor that's out of position, because like if I put this floor up here by accident, if I can get it, you'll know right away, because your stuff won't line up. You'll end up with that gap. So you'll know right away something's wrong. All I do is toss those in. Read all that. And drag these down. That's all there is to it. Getting started is nice and easy, so once you get this done, then the challenge begins. This is the easy part. I mean, once you have the foundation on, it's not hard, it's just getting your snap points right. You know? And sometimes you'll go to put something in, you know right away if it's wrong. It stands right out. You'll notice that there's something weird with the pattern. You just have to figure out where the problem is in the pattern. Alright, those are done. Now 3 on each side. See, this is where it's going to start to be a challenge. Because all these other snap points want to snap. There we go. 2, 3, 2. Okay, so that one's done. So it's already a 16-sided. So halfway there on the base of it anyway. Yeah, you see how I'm gonna have to do some adjustments with my floors. Yeah. Out to there won't be too bad. I'm trying not to go over the edge, but I might a little bit. So. That's why I'm glad I got that floor in there first. That way I can kind of judge how big I want things to be. That's the fourth side done. I'm going to end up marking that. That's done. Bring this back in. Make my center point. Stuff wants to snap to everything now. And when I start this, I always do this angled one first. Oh, another thing to watch out for is you want your wall cap to be in this position. it's really easy to slip down. You know, if you try to glitch in from here into the center, you'll notice you have an elevation difference there, and you'll notice that right away when you go to glitch anything onto that. Things aren't going to look right. So you always want to make sure that this is in the bottom position, this position here, not this. So because you're glitching off this little peg down at the bottom here. So you just want to make sure you're at the top position there. Yeah, because I like to get that out of the way first, mainly so I don't forget about it. And then I like to get this position out of the way right away, so I don't forget, you know, about, you know, because there's already a wire here. I like to get that out of the way first. That way, when I do go to delete that wire, I don't forget. So, not that it's a big deal or anything, but because you can always just bring it back. It's easy enough to bring back. But now I have all my corners, all my edges done. I'll bring in my cube. On 3, up 2. On the third one, glitch. Down in the corner. Delete all that junk. Put in that. Put in that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Short wall. It's the edge. When you want things to snap, they don't like to snap. When you don't want them to snap, they snap everywhere. Triangles. Delete those. Bring them down. Yeah, what I'm doing is when I drop in my last one, I look for this edge right here. You know, just to make sure it's showing that way. I know it's placed in the right spot. But you can build the whole side if you want, but then you have to go and delete half of it anyway, so I just leave it. It's easier for me to have less pieces and more room to work with. So that's why I do it this way. I'd rather just, you know, put in a bunch of pieces at once. And then delete what I don't need right away. Alright, so those are all set. And what I'm doing is I'm always watching this edge right here, just to make sure that it's snapping to the right spot. So, 3 there. 3 there. You see how something's off there? So something got messed up somewhere. At least it shows right away, you know. So something is off. I think what I did was I snapped to the wrong thing or something. Yeah, I snapped to the wrong thing there or something. Might be easier to build from the inside. 2, 3. Yeah, it really isn't. See, it's like this is going to be my next piece here. So I'm trying to line that up. 2, 3. There's that side. This is where it gets tricky. 2, 3. Yeah, the same thing, like this is going to be my next piece, so I'm paying attention to the corners. You know, when I go to line up my next piece, that's what I'm looking at to make sure that green stays. And that's the thing that makes the top couple rows really difficult, because there's so many snap points and they're so close together. That's what makes it a real challenge. It's like just trying to get this last triangle here. The other ones came in no problem, but this one doesn't want to line up. A lot of times you move your camera around and swear a few times and it'll snap in. Alright. It's Pyramid 5. And actually what I'm going to do, these are getting in the way, so I'm deleting these out. And I'm still leaving 2 little fail safes here. That way if something does go wrong, I have something to fall back on. I can always adjust these later on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure to make a save. I'm going to go grab myself a new coffee. This one I have now is getting pretty dang cold. But I'm going to make sure to raise that up so I know I don't miss it. Let's start with that one. But we'll get rid of all this stuff first, that way it won't be in the way. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here. Unfortunately, I have to go in my ship or something during breaks because the controller I'm using has really bad stick drift on it. So there's been quite a few times where I, come back to my controller and I'm sitting on the ground, and I don't even have this is a fresh save, so I don't even have anything, no upgrades or anything. It's only got 3 hours on it, so I think I did the save there. Alright, I'll be back. Unfortunately, my dog just made a mess, so I'm gonna be a few minutes longer here. Go take care of that little monster. I think I can go into camera mode though. At least there'll be something to kind of look at. Look at that thing over there, I guess. Alright. Sorry about that. I gotta go clean up that mess. Alright. Dog food is all cleared up now. My dog decided wanted to get into his dry food, made a hell of a mess in the cabinet, so. Oh well. Let's see here. On to the next one. Grab the center point again. Yeah, like I said, I might have to go with a 16-sided. Almost soon enough. The bad thing is I'm going to have to start all over if that's ends up being the case. Alright. Those are done. Don't need that. Yeah, this stuff's pretty easy. Once you get in the rhythm of it, it goes quick. So. Actually, let me check real quick, see who's around here. Okay, APG is here. Good. Alright. I'm gonna need somebody to drop off some parts for me. There's some expedition stuff I don't have. I didn't do the expositions on this character the first year. I only have the second year. So I need to have somebody drop off some stuff to me. And I just see Kevin's available. Alright. Same thing. Alright. Make a quick save here. I'm gonna mute while I build this. Quick save here. Okay, that's all set. And build up this stuff. I'm gonna mute. Yeah, and you'll notice that I continue this one down before putting the other ones in. It actually makes it easier to keep track of where I'm trying to get the pieces. The last couple of rows, definitely going to want to do that. Because you can tell, like, even if you look inside here, you can see that I still have one more to do just from the pattern. So that's one good thing about these floors. They do have that bottom pattern, so you can keep track of what's where it should be. If that pattern gets broken for some reason, you know there's an issue. Like I know that there's an issue here because I still have one more pyramid to build. So that's one good thing about the markings. Alright, so that one's done. Delete this one out and do the last one. Alright, so that'll be the foundation. It's all done. Now if I go in here, I check my patterns, nothing is out of sorts. So that way I know everything's lined up. If I look at it from the top, put some white on here. Now as I pan around, I can see that nothing looks suspicious. If anything's out of line, it sticks right out. You notice like right away. But I always kind of give it a double look just to make sure. So it looks like everything's good there. And it doesn't look like I'm overhanging the edge too much. It's kind of hard to tell. But once I put the outside little walkway, it shouldn't look too bad. So I can get rid of all this now. Shouldn't need this. Get rid of that. And what I'll do is I'll end up leaving these here just in case I ever have to recall any of that stuff. Because getting that top row in might be a real challenge. So I might have to actually do that portion again, depending on how hard it is to get them to line up. That's going to be the bottom portion done. And I think that's probably going to be it for me right now. Let's see here. See how bad these look. They look like they're snapping in pretty good right now. So the bad thing is you have to kind of keep count as you do it, or you end up missing stuff. You can see there's a lot of snap points here. This will eat up a lot of parts real quick. You have all these different friggin' angles here. And the thing is, you don't need all of them either. So you get all these. See if I can do a whole ring of them right now. Because you have them going one direction, then you have them going in the second direction. You're just trying to get them all to snap together, so a real pain. And sometimes you're not sure if it's actually snapping, so you gotta go slow. And it's real easy just to end up free placing one without meaning to. You do. So what I do is I do one whole side like this, and then I'll go back and I'll do the opposite side. Because you don't need all the ones in the center. It would be nice to be able to do it, but it also closes up the inside too. So I'm pretty sure those are all placed. And look at. So now I'll end up going in, and I'll do the same thing, go in the opposite direction. These are actually going in way easier than I thought. The problem is that your spacing gets a lot smaller as you go up, so that's where it gets really challenging. And the thing is, nobody's actually going to really see the inside. I don't know what. I might do like a little shrine or something on the inside, but there's not going to be very much room. This is mainly a exterior decoration type of piece. Alright. That's one of them down. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, actually. And actually, I am not going to need these. So get those out of the way right now. Now I'll just repeat the process going up higher. I'm going to take a couple minutes here and hit the bathroom real quick. And yeah, go hit the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. See how difficult this next level is going to be. Hopefully they line up. I'm going to have to mute my mic though because I actually have to count these as I do them, and the last thing you want to hear is me count to 32 over and over and over again. So. Yeah, as you can see, these are getting much harder to get lined up. Much, much harder. Just gotta keep playing with your camera, get the right angle. Boy, it's gonna be a challenge. I wish I could just put down a glitch point on them and glitch it right on. Oh. I had a green setting for a second there. This is probably going to be the longest part. The problem is I can skip this. Oh, there we go. I was going to say I can skip one, but trying to get it in after the fact is even more difficult. The problem is I have to actually have these here. I can't just skip these. If I do skip them, there's going to be a gap in the outside. I'm going to actually mute here. And sometimes it's easier to go on the inside, it looks like. So you just have to watch where you're placing them, because you got different levels here. So just double check, make sure these are actually lining up right. What a pain in the butt. This is only going to get harder as I go up too. Looks like I'm missing one over here. Yeah, actually, if you look here, these are all in the wrong spot. It sticks right out. These are actually going the opposite way. So it's not easier to go on the inside, unfortunately. I'll probably end up killing the stream here. Come back in when I get things lined up. But yeah, like you can see, it gets kind of frustrating. So. And that's only not even half. So I'm going to end up doing a couple streams of this, I think. Do one on the building and then maybe one on like the garden area or whatever. So I'm gonna call it there, and I'll upload this in a couple days or whatever. Typically I wait till the base is done, then I'll just upload the whole thing. So alright, well, I'm gonna head out. Thanks for stopping by and seeing how I come up with this thing. You know, just in case people do have questions. There's probably easier ways to do it. The problem is with a triangle, you can't really get a center point and glitch onto it. You can, but you have to. It requires like 2 or 3 different setups before you get to the finished product. So I don't want to bore people with just watching me glitch the same thing over and over and over again. So it gets really annoying. So, alright, well, I'm going to head out. Thanks, guys, for swinging by, and I will see you next time. See ya.